this is Carla, and welcome back to the studio. And thank you for joining me for another month of unboxing of the July, what is this, Sweeter with You paper pumpkin kit. So there's a little bit of a glare here with these lights, so I'm going to move them for a moment. Let me get it refreshed on my laptop. One of the things I do want to take a quick check on now, usually I have my laptop muted because you don't need to hear me twice, but I just need to check for a little bit. I don't know if this is going to happen at the very beginning of this or it could end up happening later, but it seems like my past two Friday night lives, uh, there was like some static interference when I was talking, and very frustrating when I played it back and I can hear it. I'm sure that, it wasn't pleasant on the other end listening to it, but I just want to check. So I know there's going to be a delay. I know that there's going to be like kind of like an echo, but I'm not going to keep it like this. I just want to. I think okay. I think it seems like it's going to be okay, but well, I guess ultimately we're going to find out by the time we're done with the video. So so like I said, this month, this is the Paper Pumpkin Kit Sweeter with You. It's all about gingham and strawberries in this one. So this kit's a little bit different than the others. Usually you have a set of 9 cards. You're doing 3 each of 3 different designs. However, with this one, it's a little bit different. It's going to make 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs, and then there's 8 coordinating envelopes. So since there's only 8 cards in this, and there's like only 2 of each of them, instead of just creating one of the cards, I'm going to actually create both of them. I have like separated all the bits and pieces already, and so it's just a matter of stamping and assembling. So I think we will be good as far as time wise, that I can do both of the all of the cards that are in this box. But before we open up this box and we get started on that, I do want to talk about some of like the sneak peeks and what is going to happen in these next couple of months here with Paper Pumpkin. So for August, there's really not much of a graphic as far as what the kit's going to kind of look like. I mean, the sneak peek between strawberries and all that we got with this month. But for next month, for the month of August, this is the Farmhouse Florals kit. The subscription period for this one opened up on July 11th, and it'll go through August 10th. So if this is something you're interested in, you do need to subscribe, or you can pause or cancel if it's not your jam anymore, or if the kit probably isn't what you would want, or maybe it will be and you want extra kits. Everything needs to be done by August 10th, because come August 11th is when you would get billed, and that's when Stampin' Up! Is starting to go through the process of getting the kits together and shipping them out. So the description that they have for this kit, it says, send whimsical cards featuring flowers nestled in delightfully unexpected places. It will make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with 9 coordinating envelopes. There's pre-cut paper pieces and linen thread. Sentiment stamps for the outside and inside of the cards. The coordinating colors in this particular kit is Calypso Coral, Darling Duckling, Gray Granite, Lost Lagoon, Pecan Pie, and Secret Sea. And the classic Stampin' Spot that's going to be in the kit will also be Secret Sea. Also with this kit, there's going to be a free additional stamp set included. So that's pretty cool and exciting. Now I'm really looking forward to this kit. This is the kit for September. Um, this is fall for Twal. And the subscription period for this one will open up on August 11th and it will go through September 10th. Design elegant cards with metallic foil and rich autumnal imagery. This one too will make 9 cards, three each of 3 designs with 9 coordinating envelopes. There is metallic foil details and grosgrain ribbon trim, pre-cut paper pieces and printed sentiment labels. The coordinating colors in this kit is Cajun Craze, which is also the classic stamp spot in it, Crumb Cake, Darling Duckling, Early Espresso, Pecan Pie, and Timid Tiger. Now, it's also stating that this is going to coordinate with the Autumn 12 Sweet Collection, which my guess is that this is going to be an online exclusive item. So I believe in the month of August, I think, is when we have the next set, I think, of online exclusives that may be coming out for demonstrators to pre-order. And then I think September it would be going live. Don't quote me, but I think that's what the plan is. So it can be it can be online exclusive. It could also be in the new holiday mini catalog as well, because with that, demonstrators are going to be able to pre-order out of that catalog in August, and then that catalog is going to go live to everyone else in September. So it's possible this week could end up in either the online exclusives or the catalog. So I believe this week, um, do I want to say it could be tomorrow or the day after? Because I'm doing this on a Monday, that demonstrators will get to get a sneak peek of that new holiday mini catalog, because the PDF will be available for demonstrators only to see. So I guess I will find out at that point on where it is. But either way, all I know is this is definitely going to be a kit and a suite that I am going to order. And I just made up my subscription for this particular month to get 2 kits instead of one, because fall, that's just my favorite season. I wish it felt like fall here. I mean, you walk into Hobby Lobby and it's exploded with fall stuff, and they've started with Christmas too. But fall is my favorite season, and unfortunately, you go outside and it sure does not feel like fall here. I mean, it's pretty hot out there, and it's been like that for a couple of weeks now. So I'm really looking forward to when we got the cooler weather, because wherever it feels like fall year round, that's where I would love to be, because like I said, cooler temps, and I just love the season all around. I love it. The other thing going on, another thing that's being offered, Stampin' Up started this, I think it was like last year, that they had came up with some coordinating add-ons to the kits. So they started out with doing a set of dies that would coordinate with each of the quarters sets. So this is the Circle of Seasons dies. This will coordinate with the July, August, and September kits. You do not need the dies to complete the projects in the kits. This is if you want to do some alternative stuff. Maybe you don't want to create the cards that are in the kit. Maybe you want to take the bits and pieces that are in the kit and create your own cards, bringing in like other card stocks, maybe other colors of ink, and such. And so that's the whole idea with these set of dies. It's just to do like some alternative projects. Now, to get these, you do need to be subscribed to Paper Pumpkin. The item number for these is 167277. I do have a link for this in the description of the video. Uh, in here in the US, they are $12. In Canada, it's a little bit more, and unfortunately, Paper Pumpkin is only available in North America. So I have a lot of info that's there in the description. There's the prices if you want to do the prepaid option or if you want to subscribe monthly. So all the links are there. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out. You can leave a comment on the video. You can also send me an email. My email is there as well. And those dies, as a matter of fact, I do have the set of dies, so they come in like this little cute little package. I do create a label so I can see the name a little bit bigger of the set of dies, and then I write on the back uh, what they coordinate with. Because we, like I said, they have done this they did this all of last year, and so but these dies, I will tell you, when in the very, very beginning, I wasn't thinking about getting them because I thought the dies would be really small. But as you can see here, these dies are a pretty good size, like your script hello here. I mean, that's a nice, decent size. These shapes here, you can do a strawberry. You can also do an acorn. So I think that's really, really cool. And you got your cool leaf, fall leaf, and you got your flower. So very, very cool set of dies. Now the dies, they are while supplies last. And at the time of me filming this, again, it's Monday, July 28th. They are still available. They are not on low inventory. And again, you do need to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber in order to get these. All right, so let me put that aside. Let me move this out of the way, and we will get started with opening up our box and see what's inside of it, and then get started on the projects. Okay, so again, I had gotten this in the mail. I believe it was like on Friday when I got it. I mentioned in my Friday Night Live that it was either going to be Saturday or Sunday that I was going to have this video done and posted, and unfortunately, yeah, it didn't work either one of those days. So I have actually two other videos that need to be pre-recorded and scheduled for this week. So I actually got them done. One of them's my Throwback Thursday, and the other is my monthly Christmas card inspiration that I do on the first of each month. And Friday is the 1st of August. So I got those two videos I'm going to record as well when I finish this and get those scheduled. And then I got to start working and planning on what I'm doing for my Friday Night Live, which is going to be the Painterly Pears Sweet Collection. So hope that you can join me right here on this channel. I'll be going live at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, so again, like I said, I did open up the package and I kind of pre-sorted my pieces and all that. So again, this is the Sweeter With You kit. You do get a colored pamphlet that shows you a picture of what the cards look like. Again, you're making a total of 8 cards, 2 each of 4 different designs. In the directions, there's no per se, wording telling you what to do step by step. It's basically pictures. So it shows you where to put adhesive. It shows you what stamp to use and where to stamp it. And it just shows you in the pictures how to assemble all the cards. Now the other thing, so here's like card 1 and card 2, card 3 and card 4. And then of course here's the all the pieces that are in each of the card kits. So just as a suggestion, I found that when I got this kit and I was going to kind of set up like all the bits and pieces for each of the cards to save some time, that I found that in the die cut sheets, if I just die cut everything at one time, and then when it comes to these strawberries, you know, stack them where you have all the same one together. And then it makes it a little bit, I found it made it a little bit easier to then, pull which one went to which card. So, I mean, maybe it'll be easy for you just to see this and to pop them out, but I just found it was easier just to pop them all out and then separate them based on the card. The other thing that's in these instructions too, there is a ruler that's printed on the side. So if there was any ribbon or twine with a kit, you have a ruler. So basically the only thing that you really need for these kits would be a pair of scissors. As far as adhesive goes, they basically provide the adhesive for you. Maybe a bone folder, if you want to have a nice sharp, fold for your card bases. Also, maybe a take your pick tool, something like this. I find that this is great for picking up like little glue dots. So glue dots is one of the things that you'll find a lot in the kit. So I find it's easier with a take your pick tool to pick those up and place them on the cardstock, plus also for any embellishment. So for this particular kit, there's no embellishments in this one either. I think the last one we had, I'm not sure 100%, I can't remember if there were actually any embellishments. I know there's been a few where we haven't had any ribbon or twine in it, but yeah, this one doesn't have any twine. This one also doesn't have any embellishments in it as well. Then on the back, they do show those coordinating dies and then a QR code that will take you to where they are in the on the Stampin' Up website. There's also a little video that they do with every month of Paper Pumpkin. So you can just watch as they're assembling the kit. And then you'll always have a picture that shows you everything that's in the kit, how many projects it's going to make, and then along with the coordinating colors that are in the kit as well. There's always going to be an exclusive photopolymer stamp set in each set, and then there's a printed out artwork for it. So if you want to store it, then you got a little printout of what's in it. So with this one, you got "Hello Friend, Life is Sweeter with You, You're the Best, Love You Lots," and a nice thank you, and then you got your strawberry and a couple of flowers. There is, in this month, the Garden Green ink spot. These are great, after you finish the kit. These are great for traveling. You don't have to take your full-size pad, but for doing these projects, I'm going to set that aside. And I have brought in my full-size Garden Green ink pad. Okay, that's just like a scrap piece of paper. So for this one, we got some tear and tape, some glue dots, some dimensionals as well. This is the cardboard backing that was in the package. And then here are the cards that I have basically put all the little bits and pieces in each of these envelopes. And we'll put those aside. Like I said, I'm going to, instead of just doing one of each card, I'm going to do all of them since there's just two of each. And then there were a couple of extra little die cuts and labels and a couple of strawberries as well. So these can be used on future, projects and all that. Now, there is a refill that is available. Again, it's available to those that are subscribed. I think the cost of the refill is $13.50, I believe. And let me kind of get this straightened because I see that I'm a little crooked on my screen. And hopefully, let me check. Okay, I was just checking to see if I sounded scratchy or not. And for those of you that were who've come back and watched the videos, I apologize if there's scratchiness. I'm pretty busy, so I don't really get a chance to go back and then listen or watch the video again. So I only go by what people are saying when they're in the chat on Fridays. So again, I don't know what's going to happen with this video. Hopefully that won't be the case, because that is kind of frustrating. All right, so card number 1 is going to be the one with this card base here. So let me pull out those 2 cards, and we'll pull out, I got all the little bits and pieces inside. All right, so then on this one, it lets you know what stamps you're going to use. So this one has Hello Friend and Love You Lots. Again, for this, if you want, you can use different stamp greetings on this if you'd like. Let's see, Love You Lots. Okay, and we'll set that aside, and we'll get some blocks here. I'll grab this one for my greeting, and then this one for the Love You Lots. Now, because these are photopolymer, I am going to bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat to give a little bit of cushion, so that way we get a nice stamped image. So I'll put that down right there. I'm going to kind of move this up. I know it's going to be out of the screen, but I'm just going to follow along and you'll see everything that I'm doing. I'm also going to bring in my Stampin' Scrub. One of the things I do with my photopolymers is that I do clean them first. In the process of making the stamps, there is a bit of a film that's on them. So if we want the ink to kind of really stick to the stamp pretty well, give them a good scrub before. Some people, they do like a light sanding, more like on the red rubber. No, I won't do that. If you just by cleaning and stamping and using it, it'll condition your stamp, and it'll get better. All right, so again, like I said, I have pulled out like all the little bits and pieces to these cards. So I need the little this little pool party strip, and then there is this white die cut that is actually the same shape as the Hello Friend greeting. So I'm going to pull that out of both of the cards so we can stamp that at the same time. So let's move this here, and we'll ink up Hello Friend. My Garden Green is definitely one of those ink pads that is very inky. So you just kind of line that up. And there's our Hello Friend. So we'll put that aside. I'll stamp it again. Okay. And then the Love You Lots, we're going to put that on these little pieces. What's nice about the photopolymers are you can see right through. So you see exactly where you are stamping. Okay. And we'll close that up. And what I will do, so I don't risk getting any ink on anything, I'm going to do a quick cleaning of the stamp so that ink won't get on any of the cardstock or get on my hands. The space that I'm working at's a little bit limited in space, so yeah, we don't want to, after doing all that work, we don't want to mess things up. Okay, so let's see, what are we doing here? So we're going to take our strawberry bunch here, and we're going to add some tear and tape to the back of this. Now, as a first time subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, you will get a little acrylic block. This size block it'll work with any of the stamps. So like in this case, the long greeting, you just turn your block a little bit and then it'll fit. So usually basically all the stamps are going to fit on the block that's provided when you're a first time subscriber. So after you get your first kit and you create it, do hold on to your block because you will need it for future kits because it will not be included in all the kits for you. Now, a lot of times, some of the all-inclusive kits that are in the online store, they typically come with acrylic blocks as well. But what I like to do is, if you want a nice even tear on your tear and tape when you place it on your cardstock, I like to use the edge of this block. This block here does have a sharper edge on it as opposed to these blocks, which they're a little bit thicker and they're more like rounded on the edges. So on these leaves, we're going to add a little bit and then tear. And we do sell this tear and tape. Hold on a second. We do sell this in our annual catalog. Okay. Piece here. A little bit on our strawberry. Okay. And one more little piece down here. Oops, don't tear it. Okay. Then there's these little flowers, and we're going to add some glue dots to the back of these. So there's 5 per card, so I'll make sure I got all of them. And this is where your take your pick tool comes in handy. There's a little piece of vellum in there. Let's pull that out. Okay, so let me flip these all over. Again, for each card, there are 5 of these flowers. Okay, let me get you take your pick tool and our glue dots. And we'll just place one in the center of each of these flowers. What's nice about these kits, if you are a beginner stamper or card maker, what's perfect about this is that you have everything included in it. You know, you may not have like paper trimmers, die cutters, and things like that. So this is perfect if you're just starting out. It's also perfect for those seasoned stampers too. You don't have to take the time, you know, to kind of prep things. You can take a kit and you can grab it and you can take it with you, you know, like if you're going on a trip, you know, it's something you can bring to work on. Of course, when you're not driving. And yeah, so, and then of course those little ink spots are great that, you know, whenever you want to stamp and bring projects, you can bring the little spots instead of the big full-sized ink pads. All right, so we got that. We got the flowers done. Then on the Hello Friend, they do show the placement of where to put the dimensionals on there. So that white hexagons, those would be the dimensionals, and then these little dark circles here, that's the glue dots. So we'll take the dimensionals that they have provided. Now these dimensionals, I will tell you, they are a little bit thicker than the ones that we sell in the catalog. Not too much, but they are a little, and I think I need, let me bring in my Pierce mat. Sometimes it's hard to see when you got white cardstock on white grid paper. So we're going to add one where the D is. Let's see. Here. Trying to think, is that one dimensional kind of sticking off a little bit? Looks like it sticks off the cardstock a little bit. But let me take this and we'll put this one right here. Put one here. One here. Since I didn't push these down really hard, I can get them up and I can move them. Okay, I'm going to set those aside. And at the moment, I'm on card 1. All right, they don't show anything on the greeting piece. All right, so let's bring in our cards and our bits and pieces here. So on our vellum scalloped rectangle, let me actually bring in my silicone craft sheet for this. And it looks like we're going to take our strawberries, remove these paper backings off of the tear and tape. Okay, and then these will go on our vellum just like so. We'll press that down, set that aside, and get our other piece. For some reason, this is an older take your pick tool. I got this when they first came out, and sometimes this kind of loosens up on me. Okay. little bit. Okay. Press that down as well. And then, let's see. Gonna need to add some adhesive to this. All right, and let's see, where's my tear and tape? So I'll add a little bit now to the back of this to hold this down on our card base. A little bit here. Okay, set that aside and we'll do the same thing on this one. So this video is going to go a little bit longer only because I'm doing all of the cards in the kit. I figured since there's only 8, it just made sense do all the cards instead of just leaving 4 more to do. I will admit that, you know, when I do these videos, I typically only do one of each of the projects, and then I kind of get the video done, and then I got the rest of the stuff in the kit, and then the rest of the kit's not getting done. So I figured let me go ahead and just get this done. Okay, so let me bring in the card bases, and I'll remove these paper backings off. So we are coming up to the end of the month, and like I mentioned earlier, we will have a new holiday mini catalog coming out, and demonstrators will be able to pre-order out of it in the month of August, and then it goes live to customers in September. But one of the little perks, one of the little things that Stampin' Up! Does for demonstrators is that they do offer bulk mailing of the catalogs to customers. You know, it is a bit cheaper to send out catalogs that way rather than, you know, purchasing the packs of the catalogs and then mailing them out ourselves. You know, with the way postage has been, it's gotten a little costlier, so it's always like the best bet to go that route. So with that being said, if you are here in the United States and you are not working with another demonstrator and you would like to receive one of those catalogs, I think, did I say that if you're in the US too? Um, what you can do is you can create a profile out on the Stampin' Up! Website, you know, choosing me as the demonstrator. And what you want to do is you also want to opt in on communicate on like any communications. If you don't opt in, then I'm not able to choose you when I go to choose those that I want to send a catalog to. So, yeah, if you have any issues with that at all, again, my email is in the description. You know, just, you know, you can leave a comment, you could send an email. Either way, I will get the notification and I will respond. Um, it's a little bit different now. In the past, you know, it's if one of our customers, you know, had an address change, phone number, that type of thing, you know, as their demonstrator, we were able to, you know, do any corrections or changes for them. Unfortunately, now that we've gone to a new system, we're not able to do that. And it is a little frustrating because, we know what needs to be kind of fixed, but we're not able to do it, unfortunately. So I want to take some of these I want to take these flowers and I'm going to add it to the front here. So there's 5 per card. So I'm just going to stick these down. Also, I will put this out there too. Um, if you are a customer and you're going to place an order, one of the things that you also want to do is you want to make sure that when you create your profile, you also want to opt in for Stampin' Rewards, because if you do not opt in for that, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to receive those Stampin' Rewards that you earn from your order. Um, so I wanted to make mention of that as well. Now, if it's after the 31st, because that's kind of the deadline that they have this opened up to for us. If it's after the 31st, I can still mail out, the catalogs. I am going to purchase some extra ones, so that's not a problem. But if I can end up taking most of them, and let me see, I think this is where one of those dimensionals was kind of sticking out a little bit, so that way it would hold that love you lot. So let me grab one and we'll kind of tuck this under like so, and hopefully this won't extend out. Okay, we got it. Now we just got to make sure it's straight. Okay, so that kind of holds that down. All right, and then we got one more flower that will go right there. Okay, so there's one of the cards. That's what it looks like completed. So now let's put our other one. Take one of these and we want to put it right under here. Okay, I'll set that aside. Or do I? No, actually I can take this and put this down. Make sure my card's straight. And I will place this right there. And we'll take the love you lots. And we'll stick that right there. And then let's get our backings off of our flowers. I will tell you, I am a little excited to see what's in that holiday mini catalog. Out of all the catalogs, they have 3 that they have a year. So there is the one that goes from January to April, and then there's the one that goes from September through December, and then there's our annual catalog. And then in between all that, every other month, I think it's every other month. I should know this stuff. I apologize if I sound like it's like I'm unsure of things. There's always so much going on. Um, they now offer like the online exclusive. So a lot of times, I'll be honest with you, sometimes I have no clue what's an online exclusive item and what's an item that's actually in a catalog. Because a lot of times, sometimes these things come out around the same time. So yeah, it kind of gets a little confusing at times. So, but yeah, I'm pretty, so they got a lot of product that they have that comes out more often than just in the catalog. So, Yeah, so I'm kind of a little excited to see what's going to be in that catalog, because out of all the catalogs, it's that catalog that's my big downfall, because I love anything regarding fall. I love anything, between Christmas. So kind of looking forward to seeing what's in there. So there is the first set of the cards. And we got our envelopes, so let me just take these and put these aside, and then we'll get our second card out. So let's see, the second one is going to be this one here, the one with the strawberry background. Let's see, here we go. All right, so we got all our little bits and pieces here. Kind of slide that out of the way. And this card has a little bit of vellum on it as well. Okay, so let me put these aside for a moment. Okay, so with this one, where's my set of stamps? So I'm going to take the Hello Friend. Don't need that one. And the Love You Lots. I'll put that right there. So this one, we want the Thank You. And You're the Best. Okay, let's see. Do that one. Do that one. I'll give them a little quick scrub. All right, now I'll get my Pierce mat. All right, so on this one, we have this scallop circle here that will stamp the thank you on, and then there's these little, I think that would be bubble baths, these little strips that we're gonna stamp You're the Best on. So let's get our ink. And we'll ink this up. And stamp that right in the middle. Okay, set those aside. And then You're the Best. Okay. So that's the only stamping that we are doing on this card. And I'll quickly clean these stamps. All right. So we'll move this out of the way. Let's see what we are doing here. All right. So we have our vellum. Okay. Got two pieces here. And let's see, we have our scallop greetings. So we want to make sure we got the top like so. We want our dimensionals. And we have one kind of like up at the top. And then we have, let's see, we have two. And then, let's see, we have, I'm just looking at the picture. Okay. So I think what we need to do is we need to put down this vellum first. So we're going to take a couple of little strips of the tear and tape and put that on the back. I'm just following the diagram in the instructions. It's kind of like the instructions you get with IKEA products that you have to assemble. It's just pictures. Okay, so then let me kind of take these and turn them around. And then these are going to go onto the card base. Okay, so let's move that out of the way. Get one of our cards. And then this is going to go about the middle, like so. And then we'll do the same thing on this one. Move up a little bit. And we'll place this one right here. Okay, and then we have our greeting piece here. And this will go, let's see, it's more off to the side here. Like so. Let's get the other one. Line that up. Or thank you. Right about there. All right, and then we got our strawberries here. And the strawberries are going to have a dimensional behind them. So let's grab 2 of these. And it looks like this is going to go like right over here. Okay, and then the strawberry will go right there. Like so, and then let's see what we got next. They don't show anything about the greetings, so with that, it's probably going to be glue dots as well. So this one has 2 flowers, so let me add some glue dots to these. That other card, they had a dimensional kind of, you know, exposed a little bit to hold that little greeting strip down, but I don't see that in the instructions. This kind of lays over that thank you die cut and the strawberry, so either you can bring in like your Stampin' Seal, or you can use a glue dot. And there should be, oops, don't need another one. Okay, Okay, so we got all the backings off of those. And then let's see, we have one right over there. And then we have one. It's interesting. They show it that it's kind of overlapping that strawberry. However, you're putting glue dots on it and it's not popped up. So it would be a little bit wonky if you kind of put that over that. I mean, you can always put a dimensional there if you want underneath it. Okay, and then this little greeting piece is going to go like right here. So I'm going to place, you know what, I'm going to actually bring in my seal. Make it a little bit easier. And I'm going to add a little bit right here in the middle. And then I'm going to take this and make sure my card's straight. And I'll place it down like that. And I'm just putting a little bit in the middle. Okay, set that aside. And then take this and place this right here like so. Okay, so that looks like that's our second card. So they do go together pretty quickly, but very, very cute. Who doesn't like strawberries? So let's grab these envelopes and put them with our cards. And then we will bring in what we need for our third card. Put that aside. And this is the one with the green base. So we'll slide that out of the way. Whoops, more flowers. I don't think there's any more in there. Just make sure. Let's see, this one. This one? Yep. Okay, so we'll kind of take all that stuff out. All right, so then on this one, we're going to use that thank you again. And then there are the little flower. There's a little flower. Well, there's two flowers in here. There's one that's a little bit bigger than the other. Okay, so let me take the stamp, put it back on our sheet. And do we need anything else? Don't think so. Let me get another block. And let's see, we got this flower and this one right here. And let me clean. We got one more card after this. All right, so in the instructions, they show that we're going to be doing some stamping of those flowers on our card base. And then we're going to layer some of the die cuts on top of it. All right. So what I am going to do first, though, there's these two big pink strawberries. And we're actually stamping our thank you on those. So let me go and stamp those first. Okay. And let's put those aside. Let's get our card base. those up. And we'll stamp this a couple of times. Like they show stamping it like 4 times. I mean, it's your card. If you want to stamp more, go right ahead. And they got another one over here. Okay, so we got the stamping done. Let's quickly clean these stamps. And then we'll close up this ink pad. All right, now let's see what we have to do here. Okay, so on this we have these 2 panels here that have the pool party stripes on it. So there's 2 for each of the cards. So we'll flip these over, and then we're going to add a little tear and tape to the center of these. Let's see, where's my block? All right. So we are going to take these backings off. And kind of move them out of the way. Okay, and then let's bring in our card. So one of them is going to go like up here, and the other one right there. Okay, so we'll press that down. And then we're going to place down our strawberries. So let's see what they got here, because there's a lot of different size strawberries going on here. So let's see what we got here. So those are similar. These are similar. And then these are kind of the same. Okay, so the flowers, there are 3 for each card. So let me add the glue dots to those. Okay. So let's see what we're laying down here first. So it looks like, let's see, one of our big strawberries. They show a couple of glue dots over here on the side. So let's make sure we get the other one. Okay, and I think that okay, let's take out, why am I using my nails to do this? It's easier if you use your take your pick tool. Okay, so let's kind of slide these down, bring in our cards, and this one is going to go over here. This one will go over here like so. Okay, and then let's see, what do we have? We have a smaller one, so we want these two little ones here, and these are going to have dimensionals on them. See, like this particular one, it has all these different size strawberries on it. So when I was like pulling pieces to kind of kit it for the video, I started getting confused by exactly which strawberry went to what. So that's why I suggest that if you pull, you know, just punch out everything and then sort them by the same kind, that it'll make it a little bit easier for you. All right, so we got these pressed down. Then we have, let's see, we have our big strawberry here that has the thank you on it. And so each one of these is going to have two dimensionals right here in the middle. Okay, take these backings off. Okay, and then we'll take this strawberry and we'll place this one here. This one right here. Okay, and then these two here. How do they have these? So basically they have dimensionals on the middle of these. Okay, and then the larger one is going to go down right here. This one there, and then we got our little ones. Okay, and now let's remove all these little paper backings off our glue dots. All right, now let's add our flowers. Okay, so we have one right over here and one up here and then one there. So there's that one. One right there, and then our other one right up there. So there is our third card. It looked a little intimidating with all those strawberries, but it came together pretty quickly. So there is the third card. So one more to go. Again, this kit makes a total of 8 cards, 2 each of for each designs. And yeah, so because there was only 2 cards, that's why I decided to just go ahead and create all 8 cards. Usually, like if it's your 3 cards, you know, making a total of 9 cards, I will typically only do one of the cards, and then at least there's like, you know, 2 more of each of them to create later on. But since there's only 2 of each on this one, I just felt I might as well, you know, put them all together. So here's our card base for this one. So this looks like, I think, Pretty in Pink and Peach Pie as far as the gingham goes on this one. For this one, we want the stamp. We just need one stamp. Life is sweeter with you. So I'll take that one off. And you can kind of see where everything was kind of stuck down at. And then the thank you. That goes right about there. Okay, we'll set that aside. And then, is that a bigger block? Here's a bigger block. All right, clean our stamp. Kind of make sure it's dry. All right, so on this one we have these long rectangular scallop die cuts. So we're going to stamp our greeting on this. Okay, move this up so you can see. And let's get our ink. And ink this up. And then we will stamp this over to the right. Okay. Stamping's all done. All right, now what is next on this? All right, so they show that on the back of these greeting pieces, and again, let me bring in the silicone craft sheet. It makes it easier to see these on that white grid paper. All right, so on these, we're going to add some tear and tape. Got like 2 little pieces on the top and bottom. And again, if you have it and you want to, you can also use your Stampin' Seal, or even your liquid glue as well. And then we have, just turn this on the side. Okay, and then there is this pretty pool party berry basket. And we're going to add a piece right in the middle. Ooh, we're coming to the end. Okay, at least we're done with the tearing tape, so that's good. We had just enough. All right, so I'm going to set those aside. Then on this one, there are 2 flowers for each of my cards. And glue dots. Okay, and we'll move those out of the way. And then we have all of our berries. So let's see what we're doing here. They kind of arranged these berries, so let's see. We have this one here, and then see, when you got a lot to work with, that's what kind of gets you. So these little ones are going to go on the outside of the basket, so we're going to put those aside. And then we have, let's see, like I said, so many berries. We got these two, and we got these two, so we got to kind of arrange all of these. So we're going to take on these pink ones, they're kind of showing that there's a dimensional up at the top. Okay, and then so these are just kind of layered on top of each other. They kind of show them, they kind of show you this image here. So, I mean, it's like as if you're taking everything and you're putting them together, and then you'll just go and put them in the basket. But I think in this case, you're just going to add the dimensionals in these areas of these strawberries, and then it'll just be a matter of placing each one then in the basket itself. So they're showing that they're pretty much, well, let's see which one is on the bottom. One of these goes on the bottom, and I think it may be, I think it's this one right there. Yeah, because the way these top stems are, so that's going to be the one that lays on the bottom here, kind of like on its side. So these other ones, they pretty much show that they're in the middle. So middle, 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 middle. Okay, and then these are going to be on their side, so these are going to be more towards the bottom. So we'll put that right there on those. Okay, so now let's kind of slide this out of the way. And we will bring in our card base. And we're going to take our greetings. Let's remove our paper backings here. So yes, we are doing every card, all 8 cards out of this kit. That's why our video is now on 1 hour and 20 minutes. Give or take a few seconds. Okay. Now, these are going to go, they're going to be centered on our card like so. Try and get it straight. Okay, get our other one. And center that like so. Okay, and then we're going to get our basket. And we're going to kind of place it because it looks like the basket's going to then be put on top of all these berries. And it's interesting because the one that's laying on its side, you're not really going to see it because it's going to be underneath. So interesting how they're doing that. So I'm going to take, kind of like look at what I'm doing here. It's kind of weird that you're kind of tucking this under. You're really not going to see it. I mean, our basket's going to go like right there. All right, and then let's see, what do we got here? That's the one that's going to be on its side. Then we got, let's see, this one. I'm going to kind of go here. Let me see where this basket's going to go. Okay. They stump you a little bit here on the last one. So that's the same berry. This one is going to go right over here. And then, let's see, where is our lighter colored one, our pink one? And this will go here. And then all of this is going to kind of lay on top of it. Like so. You can barely see those. You just see more of these. So I'm going to kind of carefully take them and scooch them up a little bit more. Scooch them up. Okay, and then this will kind of go there. So this way at least now you can see them a little bit better. And we'll take our paper backing off of this. And then we'll take this and we'll place this like so. We don't want our strawberries extending out past our basket here. And of course we got always got to be the last one, right? And oh, that's a lot of bulk right there. All right, and then two of the flowers. Well, wait a minute. We got one little strawberry that they don't show. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a dimensional. And that's going to go, place that right there. So this will not only hold our strawberry, it also hold down that bottom part of the, okay, that's not the one I want. This is the one I want. And we're going to have this one kind of laying over this way. And one of the flowers is going to kind of sit on top of that. And then I think, wait, we got one more flower I got to put on here. Yeah, there definitely is a lot of bulk on this one side of the card. So there's our other flower. So there's one of the cards right there. So now let's go and put everything on our second card. Okay, so we are going to take, we got our pink. All right, where's the one? This is the one. It's going to kind of like be on the bottom. I don't understand this one, honestly. Why you got this one in here when you're not really going to see it. Now I'm not going to press these down fully yet until I get everything on there in the event I have to shift anything around. Let's see. Just kind of make sure that everything is gonna kind of line up here. Everything can shift over just a tiny bit. Those are really close to the greeting here. Okay, that looks good. So let me take this one. And this one will scooch right in the middle of those. We'll press those down. And let's add our basket. Like so. Okay. And then we have a dimensional. Kind of tuck that right under there like so to hold that down. And then we'll take our strawberry and place that there. And then one of our flowers will go up here. And then our last one will go right there. There we go, guys. All 8 cards are done. So here is the final card. So this one being a landscape card with the gingham in the background, and then our berry basket with our strawberries kind of like poking out of them. So there is the final card. So let me bring in the other one. So this was the card number 4 that we did. Card number 3 was our green background one we did some stamping on and then layered some of our strawberries. And then we have this one here with our strawberry background, another thank you card. This one definitely a lot simpler in putting together than the other ones. And then this one as well. This one was pretty easy too. The first one we did, the hello friend, with that whole grouping of that branch of strawberries. So again, if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, there is a refill available for this kit. In the refills, you will basically get all of the like the card, another set of card bases, envelopes, all of the die cut elements. You're basically getting everything but the stamp set and the little ink spot. Okay. And again, here in the US, if I remember right, the price of it was $13.50. I did not see that an actual whole full kit was available. At least I don't think. But let me take a really quick peek. so that way I don't tell you something, incorrect. Let's see. Do, 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 do. So again, the cutoff for the farmhouse florals kit will be, that will end on August 10th. What do I want? I want paper pumpkin, refills, past kits, and add-ons. Okay, yeah, so they are offering the refill for this kit, and again, it's all the paper pieces, the card bases. You will also get the extra adhesive as well. Again, it's everything but the little ink spot and the stamp set on this one. The kit that was from last month, the Full of Charm, the refill is out there as well for that one at the same price. And again, the dies, those Circle of Seasons dies are still available. They're not showing on low inventory. And there's also a couple of other past, they actually have two, no, three kits, three past kits from this year, full kits available, and then they have a refill of one of the other ones. And then there's like two sets of dies that are from last year that are still available. One of them is actually on sale for $6. That's the Every Celebration dies. So again, refills, add-ons, that kind of stuff is available for those that are subscribed to Paper Pumpkin. Again, I have a lot of links in the description for the different uh, what do you call it, subscription plan. So there's the month by month, and then you have the option of doing a prepaid for 3, 6, 9, and 12 months. On the paper pumpkins, you do earn Stampin' Rewards on them as well. So if you do decide you want to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin and you create your account, please, please, please make sure that you do opt in for the Stampin' Rewards, because if you don't, you're going to lose out on them. I don't know what happens. Like if you place an order and it turns out you didn't opt in, what's going to happen with those rewards? I did read up if I created the order for somebody. Yeah, there's like a little bit of confusion on that, because this Stampin' Rewards program is fairly new. They did change it up a couple of months ago. So please do opt in for that. And also, if you do create a profile, also opt in for contact, because when you do that, that will allow me to also have Stampin' Up! Mailed directly to you any new catalogs as well. Again, I do have in the description, there is my email. If you have any questions at all regarding, the whole Paper Pumpkin program and how the whole subscription and all that kind of stuff works, anything as far as like even catalogs. Now, after the 31st, when that catalog mailing thing ends, I can still mail out catalogs to people. So again, if you reach out to my email address with your name and mailing address. Now again, if you're not working with another demonstrator and if you're here in the US, and then I'll be more than happy to get a catalog, whether it's the holiday mini, the annual catalog, or both. Just let me know in the email what you would like. I think I also have a link that is for my newsletter. I do send that out at the beginning of the month. Typically, it's like the first Tuesday of the month. So my whole video schedule is on there. Everything that I'll be using for my Throwback Thursdays, my Friday Night Lives. I do a monthly Christmas card inspiration, and then I also do the unboxing of my Paper Pumpkin kit. So any event that I may be doing, anything that, as far as promotions that Stampin' Up! Is doing, I include all of that. Every month they come out with 2 or 3 new kits in their kits collection. And so I include information about that. I include information in that month's paper pumpkin kit because there's still time to subscribe or up the quantity if you want, or even pause it if that's what you want to do. So yeah, everything will be in the description. And so now this is going to be posted as soon as I am done here and I take the pictures of the cards. And then I will be working on the video content for my Throwback Thursday, which I will be using the Around It All bundle, which is still available in the last chance list at a discount as well. So that will be coming out Thursday morning at 5 a.m. Central Standard Time. And then on Friday, I will have posted at 5 a.m. Central Time my monthly Christmas card inspiration, which I will be using the new Jar of Joy stamp set that is in the online exclusive, which also coordinates with that sweet jar builder punch as well. So that will be my Christmas card inspiration video posting Friday morning. And then hours later at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will be live right here and I'll be featuring the Painterly Pears Sweet Collection in my Friday Night Lives. I do have a group of some wonderful ladies that join me in the chat and while I'm live. And then what I do at the end, I do a drawing for someone who is still with me at the end to win one of the cards that I have made that night. So would love to have you join me if you have nothing going on. But then there's also the replay as well. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming in and watching this video. And again, if you have any questions at all, feel free to either put it in the comments or send me an email, and I'll be more than happy to answer any of the questions that you may have. So until then, everyone, have a blessed one. Bye-bye.